We have a special announcement for today's video while we're in front of the mudroom door, because today we're starting on the siding, which is very, very exciting.
It's one of those things that like says, hey, this house is almost finished.
We could live here someday. So we're gonna take you through it. We've never done it before, but we've watched a lot of videos.
We chose LP Smart Side to do the siding with. It's been treated so that it's got all kinds of fun stuff that it's supposed to fight against, like bugs and termites and fungus and things like that. They've got all the specifics on their website.
So one of the things that's important to me, the things that we're using are sustainable, and the awesome thing about this siding is that it's Sustainable Forestry Initiative. It's sourced in areas where they're not over harvesting the wood.
So we just passed the vapor barrier and the flashing around the windows inspection so that we can put the siding on. And we've got the lighting all set up. 3 lights here on the front of the garage. Jamie picked these big old Mama Jamma lights.
And they were only $49 at Home Depot. And online, everywhere that I saw lights this big that didn't look cheap and little were like over $100. So I was pretty happy about that.
Well, so here's the thing. They poke out way too far off the garage, and we will eventually have an awning that runs across here and up above. It'll be standing seam up above the windows and over the top of the garage.
I'm married to Zeb Ray, so it's no problem. He modifies all the things. We're just gonna cut it shorter on all of them, so that way it doesn't protrude so long, but we still get the nice big farmhouse light fixture.
Stretch, you can reach it, come on.
It's gonna go right there. Whoa!
Good thing that's not gloss black.
It's okay, I got a Sharpie marker.
All right, we're out in the driveway. I've got special hot dip galvanized nails for the nail gun. That's what they recommend so that you don't get any kind of corrosion or anything from your nails on your siding. And these come in 16-foot lengths, so I've got this just set up out in the driveway. I've got sawhorses and a table, but they still get a little floppy at 16 feet long, so I'm just gonna do it right here on the ground. It'll be all right. We're gonna get the trim going here. Watch out for the messy garage. All garages in my life are messy. At least right now.
You don't want any of this exposed, unfinished edge, because you can see that they treat this all the way around. So anywhere that you cut, you gotta paint it. So we're just using our exterior white paint.
So they say to use an acrylic-based latex paint.
Which is what this is. Zeb is pre-drilling the holes because if you prefab your corners, they look a lot better than trying to rely on your framing being 100% correct. But we watched a lot of videos and this was the #1 suggestion, is to prefab all your corners.
Oops, that's too much power.
Too much juice.
Well, they'll get to see how you fix it with caulking. About 65 PSI is all you need.
I wonder if you should do this end and then come back.
Probably.
So that way it's holds in line. One of the reasons that we chose the LP Smart Siding was because we're able to use tools that we already have. Hardy siding is also a great option, but we would have to buy new blades and new tools to install it because it will ruin your tools.
Go turn my air compressor up. Now it's too low.
Looking good, Zeb Ray. Also, the siding is good.
Oh, thank you.
Can you tell he doesn't like when I flirt with him? The nail gun went too far in, so I've got a little caulking on here, and I'm just taking my brush and without pushing it in and just going past it to kind of make it look like graining. And then we're just gonna do that anywhere that we have to caulk it, because I'm not gonna make this like precision with like sanding and stuff. That's a little much. It's a big house. There we go. That times 8,452. Do we need to caulk like this seam here?
Well, we'll get the nail gun dialed in, and then like it won't
It won't do that?
Yeah, it'll just hit it flush.
So I was putting in this piece that I cut for him. I did use the chop saw. I am an adequate DIYer. It's not poking out because my math skills stink. There's a metal strap behind there. Good luck with that. I say
I may have to cut
45
that down a little bit. No.
Just get it in there as much as possible. Oh, my piece is too perfect.
I got an idea.
You got an idea? All right.
I'm just adjusting the depth on the cut here, and I'm going to give it a few passes, and then we'll see how that works. I usually use a table saw to do this, but this will be fine.
I got this. Do I need to paint all that?
Yeah, we'll need to paint it.
Once we know it fits.
Just a little bit of caulk. I actually feel like,
You missed it.
okay, right there is where it comes over to. All right.
We need to go over that way more.
All
All right. Does it fit?
That fits really nice now.
Now we just need some caulking.
I will just, that's close enough. I don't want to run a nail through there and have it pull it. We'll try it. No, I think it'll suck that down because there's nothing behind it.
What I would do is we'll run some caulk in here and then we'll come back another day. Like, we'll fill that all in.
Or I'll put a shim back behind there. That's probably a better idea.
That's probably a good idea.
Okay, so you didn't learn this from us, but this is gonna work. This is gonna work for our project.
I have treated it with paint, okay? And I'm just gonna put this in here. Now it's level. I need to mark it. And I'll cut it, we'll put it back in there, and then we'll staple it. I want y'all to notice that I used a stick because you don't put your fingers past that line or else you don't have fingers.
The hardest part of this has been adjusting the air gun so that it goes in far enough but doesn't leave a divot. It's been tricky. You can see we have been doing lots of caulking. That way when you get it right where you want it on that top line that I drew, I'll nail it. That's good there?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'm almost out in the street. I'm at the end of the driveway, just kind of getting a look here, seeing what it looks like. We're about to put the siding on. We're done with the trim. We'll get those top windows in a little bit, but it's gonna get dark on us. And we have a football game to go to for Redrick, the last game of the year before playoffs, so we're gonna go catch that this evening. Doing something new that we haven't tried before. Let's just do the flat side that doesn't have any windows.
Yeah, I feel like we could have got the whole bottom part of it.
Instead, we chose to do the front part with 3 lights, 2 garage doors, and 3 windows up above.
And there's straps.
Oh, and the gable that's at an angle. And straps on the bottom.
So these doors are 8-foot doors, but they come 1 foot off the bottom. And our paneling is 8 foot tall. So we have to tee over the top, otherwise our paneling line won't line up along the side of the house, which is where we'll probably like put a line or put the awning situation. And to make it all line up, we've got to make awesome cuts, which brings me to here. Zeb, show them what you're doing.
I'm just basically cutting that out. I measured all the sections.
It's kind of like when you're in high school and you're like, when am I ever gonna need geometry? Right now. Right now, this is when you need geometry. That's why Zeb's doing it.
Over there.
What do you need?
Never mind, I got it.
This is why Zeb's doing it and not me, because I'm not really a numbers person. Zeb's the book smart guy. All right, so I'm just painting the raw edge, per manufacturer specifications, because Zeb had to make some cuts. So it doesn't look like we did much.
We're gonna pretend like the siding goes all the way up to the gable and not just the top of the garage.
I feel like, you know, when you're doing something new, you have to give yourself time to get in the groove. Like, we're figuring it out. We've never done this before. We watched some videos.
And we picked the hardest part of the house. Like, there's so many cuts right here to fit all this in.
But now that we know what we're doing, we're gonna tag team. So tomorrow, Zeb's gonna work his way up. I'll do all the caulking and sanding and all the like tedious stuff down below, and he'll work his way around the house. I don't mind helping with the bottom. You're in charge of the top.
I hope we run out of boards tomorrow.
Make sure you guys are hitting up Jami Ray Vintage and jrvhome.com. We've shortened up our home decor website, so you only have to type in 7 letters. Both of those websites help support our channel and our build. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to Jami Ray Vintage for more
DIY.